Hello, I'm Pete McCabe. I wrote Scripting Magic. If you've heard of me, that's almost certainly where. It's a book about what you say when you do magic tricks. So in today's short talk, I'm going to present a simple strategy that you can use for many math-based tricks to conceal the fact that math is involved and to make them more engaging to the audience. So I'm going to demonstrate by doing a card trick. If you have a deck of cards, please take it out so that you can join in. I am going to violate Eugene Burger's dictum and perform a card trick while the sun is still out. So to save time, I will demonstrate the trick on myself because I need that dollar. But you can follow along, and in fact, normally when I perform the trick, I just direct the audience and they do it themselves. So it should work even when you do it. Full deck of 52 cards, no jokers. If you have 51, we can cover for you. But if everybody might have one. Just for the record, how many people have a deck and are going to play along, just so I have a sense of it? Okay, good, not too many, but enough. So in this trick, we are going to put a spell on some of the cards. And we're going to do that by dealing some cards off the deck and spelling the magic words, which in this case are Persistimis, Possessiamo. So I will talk you through that process. But you take your deck and P-E-R-S-I-S T-I-M-I-S. And then Possessiamo is P-O-S-S-E-S-S-I-A-M-O. And so now you have some cards that you have put the spell on. So we'll put the rest of the deck down and pick up the cards with the spell. So you're going to cut off any number of cards that you like and look at the card you got. Anybody who didn't have a deck, you can use my card, which is the 3 of hearts. And we're going to put those cards back onto the rest of the deck that's on the table. And then we will bury those cards under whatever random number you have left in your hand, like that. And so now you have placed a Persistimis spell on this deck. You're going to pick up the whole deck. And please deal carefully. This spell is a bit fragile. But you're going to deal the entire deck into 2 piles, one for your sort of imaginary opponent and one for yourself. And so one for them, one for me, one for them, one for me. And we're going to go through the entire deck. This spell is a Persistimis, which means that it will make something last longer than it would otherwise, whether it be love or a soap bubble or just a cool breeze. In this case, we are using it with a Possessiamo, where we will try to keep something in your possession longer than it would otherwise. So as we're going through the deck, there's obviously a 50-50 chance that the card you are thinking of will end up in your pile, which is the goal. We're going to see if we can make it end up in your pile as many times as we can. So I've gone through the entire deck. If you have only 51 cards, by the way, you didn't get a card for yourself. Take the last card and put it on your own pile to give you every chance to have this work. And so now if you turn the cards, your opponent's cards over, you will see that your card is not among them, I hope. And that means that it worked. So in my case, it did work. For the first go-round, we're going to try again. So same process. We will deal 1 to your opponent and 1. Oh, pick up the pile, your pile, which has your card in it. And we're going to do that again and see if we can make it happen a second time. With the Persistimis spell, it should stay in your possession as long as possible. So deal the entire deck again, one at a time. One of the nice features of this trick is that this lengthy dealing procedure gets a little faster each time. So the trick has its own built-in pace. And each time you deal, the first 2 rounds you get a match. Still, as I spread through, I don't see the 3 of hearts in my opponent's cards, so it worked for me. That's twice. That's pretty good. Now only 1 out of 4 chance, so I'm going to keep going. So we'll do it again. This third deal, there are 13 cards left, so my opponent will get an extra card, which makes it even harder, but it's still working. I'm now 3 for 3, and I hope everyone else still is. And now pick up these remaining 6 cards, do the same process, and that leaves you with 3 cards left, and 1 for your opponent, 1 for you, 1 for your opponent, and the very last card left should be the card that you put your spell on, the 3 of hearts. How many people did it work for? Say yes. Fantastic. It looked like just about everyone who tried it, so thank you and congratulations. So the strategy that I'm using in this trick is to replace, this is a math trick. I need to get your card 22nd from the top. That's the card that will be produced by this repeated dealing process. But I don't want to count 22 cards. That would be much too obvious. So the way we do it is to spell the cards with, to replace the counting with spelling. And so the spelling hides the math, because the spelling doesn't activate people's number sense. And there are three other benefits. The first is it hides the math. The second, and more important, is it allows a more interesting presentation. I've chosen this spell-based, but it can be anything that has 22 letters in it you can say. It allows you to put more into your presentation. I think the third benefit is it makes the trick easier to remember. You can do this trick right now, you've now learned this trick, and all you have to remember is Persistimis, Possessiamo. I can. It is the title of my presentation if you have your schedule. So that's, by the way, if you're wondering what this presentation meant, that's what it is. Oh, I'm on Saturday. I got moved. So I'm also on the addendum. Oh, goodness, I'm running out of time. My last benefit is it lets the spectator do the entire trick. In the original version of this trick, the magician had to count the cards secretly. Because the spelling replaces that, you can let the spectator have the deck in their hands the entire time. This is actually a pretty good trick for FaceTime, where you can watch the spectator deal. It looks like I'm out. I didn't get $1, but thanks so much. This has been my first gathering for gardening. It's just an incredible experience, and the best part of it has been everything that everyone here has shared with me. So thank you very much.